Aloha, traders and investors looking to use technology to maximize the enjoyment of your life. Because the more money you have flowing into your life, the more fun that you potentially are able to have. Hey, money doesn't equal happiness though, right? Got to be happy up here. That's a topic for a different video. You're watching this video because you are ready for the update on Chat GPT, and I'm ready to give it to you. One thing that I found out today with this AI, I asked it this question: write a 200-word fill in the blank story about two people who have fill in the blank in public. And your good buddy Chat says, I'm sorry, but I'm not programmed to write fill in the blank, fill in the blank. Moreover, writing a story about fill in the blank could be considered fill in the blank to some people. So we see some limitations here, right? So my dream of of being a writer in that genre has just kind of crumbled. But what it is working really well for, continues to work super duper well, is fundamental analysis type of questions. And yeah, what was this one? What are some other metrics to check after seeing a negative debt to equity ratio? It's just full of good stuff. The other thing that I wanted to point out to you is I found this video right here. This gentleman, and why is OpenAI's Chat GPT terrifying? Why is it terrifying? So I was interested to watch to see why it was so terrifying. And quite frankly, I was let down by the experience. I feel let down. I feel like my fellow human being, not the OpenAI Chat GPT. I don't feel let down by that. I don't feel all terrified after watching this video. I just kind of feel sad for my fellow human being here, because, and you feel free to watch this video and correct me if you feel like I'm making a mistake on my perception of this. But from what I remember from my watching it, I think the gentleman used the term lower somehow. I think he specifically said lower. I don't really want to rewatch it, to be honest with you, but I think that's what he said. Lower in reference to other human beings having certain jobs. And so I think that he was basically saying something like, I just thought the lower level were going to lose their jobs faster, or something like this. So I'm a little bit confused on this like higher and lower level of human beings, especially in this day and age when it's all about equality and all this type of stuff. And it's like where equality is kind of being rammed down some people's throats from their perception, right? So I'm not really sure what he's talking about this lower. And then he starts saying what's so terrifying is that Chat GPT is going to be potentially taking away coding jobs, like a job that he has. And I was like, oh my gosh, buddy. No wonder why it's so terrifying. It's not terrifying if the lower people are losing their jobs. But if you're losing your job, all of a sudden it's terrifying. Kind of reminds me of this joke. How do you know what's the difference between a recession and a depression? Recession's when your neighbor loses his job. Depression's when you lose your job. So, is it so terrifying? I guess it's subjective, like what are you gonna what's your definition of terrifying? For him, I guess his definition of terrifying is if people in classes of society that he views lower are losing their jobs, then no, that's not terrifying. But if he's losing his job, and again, correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could have misinterpreted the video. I don't know. But I just wanted to point that to your attention, that I watched that, and that's what the basically this video was talking about, is about how how, I guess in his terms, higher level jobs are going to be potentially being replaced first. And another thing that I just want to add on to that is, where you been? Where you been? If you're just figuring this out right now, where you been? I heard Robert Kiyosaki talking about accountants getting replaced by AI probably over 2 years ago. So where you been? And where you know, if you personally watching this video, where have you been? I wish I wouldn't have deleted my Facebook profile several years ago, because it was like maybe 2014 or 2015. I was already, this is not news to people. AI, automated type of things, robots, all this stuff, taking over jobs. Like this is old news. Where you been? You guys are investors, right? You're watching this because you're investors and traders. Where you been? If this is new news to you, where you been? Now, if it's like new news of how to use this, okay. But this idea that people are going to be losing their jobs from technology, where you been? What have you been doing? If this is shocking to you, Mr. Software Engineer, what have you been doing the last 10 years besides programming? You haven't been paying attention to what's going on? I don't know. But like I said, Robert Kiyosaki, I heard him say about 2 years ago or so that, you know, accountants and a lot of accountants, maybe even people in certain law professions and stuff. So this guy's making a video 2 weeks ago. Robert Kiyosaki was already talking about it like 2 years ago. So use Chat GPT or whatever. If you need to, if you feel terrified by this, then go out and get the book, Who Moved My Cheese? Get the book, Who Moved My Cheese? Have the little mice help you through this terror. You know, because I do feel sympathetic to some degree to my fellow human beings. If you literally feel terrified that your life is in jeopardy over this, then number one, you got to calm down. Number two, you got to learn new skills. You got to keep yourself advancing. You can't be pretending, you can't be living in the delusion that everything is going to be the same for the rest of your life all the time. It's just not how it is. Read that book, Who Moved My Cheese? And hopefully that little story about the mice can help you overcome your fear of change. And other than that, proactively embrace this change. Proactively embrace it. This is not going away. This stuff is not going away. And here we have with Chat GPT, we have something that is easy to access. You know, it's free. And if you have the internet, you know what that means? It means you might have a bank account. And you know what that means? If you have the internet and you have a bank account, and if you spend money at least once a year, you should probably be considering to, at minimum, sell cash secured put options. I know this is about Chat GPT video, but I got to tell you what, I'm on a mission to let people know, at minimum, if you have a bank account, an internet connection, and you spend money at least once a year, you should be selling cash secured put options. You can go over to ifsuccess.com and learn a little bit about it. There's a link in the description of the video below. So what did we learn today? We learned that some people are terrified over this stuff. We learned that that Chat GPT has certain things that it won't write for you. We learned that you want to get better at figuring out how to fundamentally analyze companies. It is 100% there. You guys have a fantastic night.